so they're more resistant to you.
Then you try to kiss me.
In this video, you're going to see Alex from Playing with Fire attempt to pick up a cute girl at a rave. This is part 2 of this video, so if you haven't seen part 1, make sure to click the link below to see the part where he approaches her and sparks attraction and starts to move things forward. But in this video, you're going to see what happens when he tries to kiss the girl and whether he ends up just getting her number or if he brings her home. With that said, here's the footage.
He would never just be standing here like
I trained him well.
I mean, I tried.
Nah, I didn't. It was a rescue. I actually just got him like this.
Oh, really?
He just came chill, yeah.
How long have you had him?
2.5 years.
Sound like she really liked that he was a rescue. Like that was
all chicks. All chicks.
She's like,
do.
really?
Yeah.
I guess it's almost like a good father trait, right? It's almost an implication that you're like a caretaker.
Well, you acted like you just got him yesterday.
I like the hair petting.
Okay, I can't help it. Like I'm
No, it's
trying
cute.
to like figure
I like
out
it.
like if it looks terrible or not. So
You're good. You're talking to me, you know,
I don't
so,
trust
you know,
a
can't be that
man
bad.
whose opinions about hair because
Listen, I'll have you know, okay? I know a lot about hair, okay?
As a side note, let me just comment on this. So, like, I don't know if people know this or not, but I'm sure you can gather. Like, I used to have a lot of insecurities growing up. Like, through the course of the last 10 years, I've just systematically like destroyed all my insecurities. The only one that's kind of left is my hair loss. Like, it's the only possible thing. Like, if you're someone in real life and trying to provoke a reaction from me, that's your only chance. So one thing I do is I just try to joke around about it to like, kind of like, you know, because if you can joke about your own insecurity or something that you lack, it becomes lack of a big deal. So that's something I do like largely for myself, and I recommend you guys to do that. If you have insecurity, just try joking about it.
Yeah, and I would say this is the whole red pill community. They say never self-deprecate. They have to try hard to seem cool all the time, and that's something that is honestly really good game if you do it if you do it in a way that's not too serious. It's only bad if you like seem sad,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
It's something that makes you like feel all depressed, then that's not good.
You definitely don't want to do too much. When I first got into game, I was doing it too much, but like if you're doing it here and there, it's totally fine, I think.
Especially if you have a very like overconfident, loud personality.
Yes, it bounces out. Yeah, exactly.
Clearly. Let's exchange numbers.
sure.
Maybe we can link up while you're in Miami.
Yeah, we're here a couple more days.
You might change this later, but I would say to get the number, just maybe we can hang out sometime. It's better than not getting the number, and still that sometimes works. But ideally, you want to like, I got a girl's number today, and I made specific plans. Blackbird, 11 p.m.
Okay.
We're gonna meet there. And the more specific it is, the less likely they are to flake.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And they've made a commitment. There's a principle in psychology called commitment and consistency. And they've done studies that shows it makes people at least 20% more likely to follow through when they make a verbal commitment.
Okay.
You got you. Oh my god, that's so cute.
That's not him though.
Really?
It's a coincidence. Yeah, I know.
What is it like? Why? Like, what does it mean? Like, what's the significance?
It's a wolf from Game of Thrones.
Oh.
That was me approaching a girl there in the background, and she was like, disgusting.
To who? To you or to me?
Yeah, I got, to me, I got black-pilled right there. Apparently I can't get laid.
Do they wear crowns? And I've never actually seen that show, so I don't know.
No, I just like to put a crown on my wolves. I also have a dragon. He has a crown too.
Oh, that's nice. Well, I can't really see, but that's I like that.
Do you have any tattoos?
And I have that one too.
Faithfully yours, is that what it says?
No, it doesn't. It says your phone's about to die.
I know. In the nick of time. F.
I know.
What's F stand for? Fail or something?
Wait, what'd you say there?
What does the F stand for? Fail?
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's good. That's good self-amusement, which is one of those concepts, like doing things that are self-amusing can be cringy and bad, but it also can be really, really charismatic. It just depends on whether it's calibrated or not. That wasn't too weird to where it's like I'm trying to mimic Julian and like call her dog randomly out of nowhere, which I've seen people do that. But that, like, you're genuinely having fun with it, and that's infectious.
I guess you could have actually said worse things.
Frisky.
I like the frisky because you're putting a sexual frame.
Freaky, I should have said freaky.
Yeah.
That would be the wrong order. No, I just don't like giving out my last name to people.
That's cool. I don't really need like your last name or anything. It's not that serious. I don't need to exchange last names.
That's good because she kind of pulled back and you're pulling back farther, right? You're pulling back even farther. No, it's not that serious. What most guys do, or guys without game do, is when a girl pulls back, then they feel the need to chase, right? And that's a way girls test guys all the time. And most guys, I would say, fail that. And it starts to make the girl feel like, why does this guy like need it so much? Just makes him feel kind of like icky. Like it makes him feel uncomfortable.
Okay.
I do like your eyes though.
Like, she's actually
They're pretty similar color to mine.
To be a Victoria's Secret model.
You're like, yeah, I
There's
like
good genetics.
Professional model and
There we go.
Yeah, you're like white as shit. Like,
White as shit. I'm probably whiter than you though.
Where do you think we think
I'm like Russian white.
I'm also Russian.
Are you?
Yeah, my whole family's from Russia.
Do you speak any Russian?
So half of them are from Russia, half are from Denmark. So I might actually be whiter than you.
Let's see. You're a little tanner than me actually.
Just a different film.
See, you're darker than me.
Fashion model.
Okay.
Do you speak any Russian?
Not really. Can you stop like making fun of me? Like now I'm like self-conscious. Like,
It's too fun. I can't resist.
yeah.
Again, she's saying verbally, and this is one of those things that guys don't understand. She's saying verbally, could you please stop making fun of me? It's hard to say that without sounding like I am making fun of her, but she's saying it in a way that you're doing something negative, but the tonality reveals that it's clearly very positive.
Yeah.
Right? It shows, like, you got to be aware of the sub-communications.
Yeah,
Don't pay
that's the
attention
most
to the
important.
surface level. I once had a girl who literally said, we're not going to have sex 3 times.
Yeah, I've had that many times.
during a pull.
Usually those are the most DTF chicks too.
Which is hilarious, and I understand why guys can be confused. So I took it seriously, and I thought she meant it. We're making out on the couch, but I'm not escalating further because she said we're not going to have sex. And then eventually she said, are you gonna fuck me already or what? Like mad, like pissed off that I didn't have the balls to have made a move.
Yeah, you know what's one interesting thing I've noticed? This is like, if you're going for prettier girls, like no one ever rags on them, so they like it when a guy can like give them some shit. If you're going for like average or even below average girls, then it's not so good because they have insecurities. But the hot girls, they love when someone like has the balls to like rag on them because it never happens to them.
Apparently it's very easy to do. God.
But I make fun of you with love.
Sure, that's what they all say. Okay.
I always look at the Adam's apple.
No, I don't really. Other than
But
like,
Asians are the most convincing.
I remember. Like, I feel like I know like random words, but not like.
You want me to teach you some bad Russian words?
Sure. Wait,
So
how do
you
you
can-
say
you can,
fuck
like,
in Russian?
Блядь себя.
Isn't it like spa something, or am I like crazy?
Блядь.
It's a subtle thing, but any time where you're teaching a girl something is a good friend, right? That's something that's making her submissive and you dominant, which unless the girl is very dominant and she wants you to be submissive, which you could do that, but most girls are not like that sexually. They want to be submissive. So you're taking the leader role and she's taking a follower role, and any way you can do that is good.
Yeah, as a complete side note, if for anyone watching this who speaks a different language, something like 30 to 50% of girls get really turned on when you speak to them in a foreign language. Doesn't matter what you say, doesn't matter how good you are. I'd say it's a little bit less than half, but it's a sizable portion of girls just get immediately super turned on. So definitely worth a shot always.
I don't think I can actually pronounce that well. I'll sound weird.
I'll teach you some like bad Russian words so you can call your mom and you can like impress her with all these words. You can
Yeah,
like,
I'm sure she'd be so impressed. Like, hey, fuck you.
hey, what's up, bitch? How's it going? I learned this. I was in Miami for a weekend, and then shit went down.
Yeah, she'll be like, never go there again. Like,
Never to Miami.
So, you know, I'm starting to feel it fizzle out a little bit. I think it is starting to
you're
fizzle
right.
out a little bit.
You're right.
Because, and this happens, this is why one of the things I talk about a lot that doesn't get talked about that much is always be leading, right? Always be moving it somewhere. And if it's just a number close, then you can just stop it about there and it's good. It's not going to get that much more solid by talking to her for another 20 minutes. If anything, it starts to feel like lingering.
I agree,
right?
yeah.
So this would be the point by which
To
you
go for
want
the
to be
pull
like,
hard?
yeah, go for the, let's go to this bar, let's like invite your friends, or you could just like include the friends and meet the friends. That it's got to transition in some way, move forward in some way, instead of just being us talking at the place we met for
I
too
think
long.
you're 100% right. Do you think it would have been better in a situation like this to try to just pull her, or would it be better to include the friends?
So I would first try to just pull her, see if it's possible, and then if it doesn't work, then a couple minutes later you pull the whole.
So how specifically would you go for the pull at this point? Like how exactly?
Just what you said. I don't remember exactly the way you worded it, but
hey, let's grab a drink.
Yeah. Let's. I'll be back in 30 minutes. Can we grab a drink real quick?
Okay.
Tell your friends.
You're
we'll be
right.
back.
Yeah, I should have done that.
I like this eye contact thing we have going.
I mean, you could also physically escalate. That could work too. But
I try that in a second.
All right, we'll see. In a street approach, that's less likely to work.
Yeah, I think that's like one of my sticking points because I don't do cold approach that much. Like I go out like once every 2 weeks or something. this was just because you were here for the weekend, so we went out more.
Yeah.
But because I get like rusty, I like forget like the game, like the verbals and all that, like that just never goes away. Like, that's always there. But it's like these technicalities of like, okay, it's time to go for the pull. Like sometimes I forget and I just get into a flow state, which can sometimes work against me because I'm not even thinking about like, oh, okay, like I should be going for the pull. So that's why it's good to do these analysis, because in hindsight you can be like, yeah, I should have done that, so you don't make the same mistake next time.
Yeah.
You know, I really feel like.
What do you feel like? Tell me, how do you feel?
It might also be, by the way, because you're doing like online dates mostly, it makes more sense for that to be in one place for like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, as opposed to you lead like in 5-10 minutes, right? Because you're already at the date location, so it's probably just kind of a habit from the fact that you're doing online dates.
Yeah.
He is like very like docile. Like my dog likes to like jump on.
He can get very, very spunky. He has different moods. He was really fierce earlier.
Really? Like doing like growling at people?
He was howling. No, he doesn't growl, he howls. And he was like jumping and doing like crazy shit. Now he's kind of like calmed down a little bit.
Really?
Yeah. The ecstasy is wearing off, so he's like in the chill phase now.
He's just a little sweet boy. How much does he weigh? Like 50 pounds?
That was a good free association, which in general, like getting good at free association, that is the key to humor. If you watch, like one of the ways to learn it is watch like a Conan O'Brien interview. He's someone who's very witty, or Russell Brand interview, Craig Ferguson. They're always just free associating, making these connections that you wouldn't expect. And that like, you know, you basically what you're doing is, okay, I'm at this place where everyone's on ecstasy. She's probably on ecstasy for all we know. And it's just a connection your brain made that, oh, my dog is on ecstasy, and play with that. And it's not like something super difficult to do, but once you get the hang of it, it makes it very easy to come up with something funny or interesting and never run out of things to say.
Yeah, that's where doing like podcasts and like all the live streams I do really like I think helps, because it like my brain's always kind of like in that mode. So but you don't, you know, obviously most people don't have podcasts, but you can get that same effect from just doing a lot of cold approach, right?
100%. It forces you, and that's one good thing about not using scripted lines, is because it forces you to have to come up with things on the
I've never been a big fan of scripted lines.
40 pounds probably, right?
He's 52 pounds.
I'm always curious because my dog only weighs like 16 pounds and he looks really big. So people always think he's like so heavy, and I'm like, he's really not.
You're trying to say my dog is fat? Look. He's it's not beach season yet. He's gonna start you know, trimming down soon. He's gonna fucking
he's so beautiful.
Get sexy. We gotta put a swimsuit on him. He's gonna look good. We're gonna put that like little bra thing on him.
This is just a swimsuit.
Yeah, we're gonna put a swimsuit on him.
More free association.
You know, you guys are both gonna match.
I don't like the.
Oh, great. So now you're complimenting me, or you're telling me I look like your dog. Like, thank you.
No, I'm saying that my dog is gonna look like you. The other way around.
So much worse, honestly. Like.
As a side note, I think that it's I think the mistake some guys make in a situation like that, when a girl like kind of challenges them a little bit, they backtrack and they apologize. And I think like as soon as you apologize, game over.
Unless you
unless you did something really fucked up,
right. And there's a look in the eye, like if her total mood changes, it makes a shift. That means she's really pissed off, and you want to genuinely apologize. But if she's still like, unless she does that, it's fine.
Well, I can't give you too many compliments.
As long as I already giving me so much positive reinforcement.
No, I said I like your eyes.
Oh, one compliment? Wow. I guess I'll just fucking.
Well, I'm talking to you, so that's a compliment in of itself. I don't talk to girls who I don't find pretty.
I do not believe that. I think you talk to like.
Oh, you think I talk to like, I don't know, uglies and shit?
I think you just talk to whoever comes up to you.
But I came up to you.
Not really.
Well, we actually kind of had a mutual.
I was just looking at your dog, and then you talked to me.
Nah, I feel like we had like a little moment.
No.
She just disagreed with herself, which classic girls and logic. She just wants to be right no matter what it takes. So she completely 180'd because you said that you approached her, and then she's like, no, you didn't. And then she said that you did approach her 5 seconds fucking later.
Oh,
just admit it. Stop fighting it. You're fighting it. Just admit
it. Because you're wrong.
We had a little moment. We like stared in each other's eyes.
Okay, your little dreams. Okay.
Then you like.
Whatever you say.
cities are.
Does a good job of maintaining the frame because she's resisting that sexual frame that you're trying to set. She's like, oh, no, but you just kept with it, and she kind of eventually capitulated. She's eventually like, you know what? Okay.
Here's where I go in for the makeout, I think.
All right, let's see it. This is proof that your infield isn't fake.
Then we had a little.
Which is 6'10" to be harder. Because
that little connection in the middle of this festival. Then you try to kiss me, but.
Okay, so again, that's pretty much proof in my eyes that you're not faking infield, because why would you fake that? That would be some like 5D chess if you're intentionally faking rejections to make it look like it's real. So what I think happened there is, I mean, you're going for the kiss, probably for the infield, really, would be my guess.
That was like 80% of it,
Yeah, to get the good clip. It almost looks like she's slapping you, like she pulled a Will Smith. She pulled a Will Smith on you.
That did not happen.
But I think the way you went for it was just a little too fast, right? Because you went in pretty quickly, and then you went in like 90%. Usually you want to go in like 50%, then the girl comes in like 40%, then you go in 10%.
So you think I should have gone like halfway and then like kind of smirked at her, waited for her to come in a little bit, right?
I think you actually probably should have moved closer first so that it's not such a long distance.
Yeah.
So you get to where you're like holding her hips.
Yeah.
And then you go for it.
Okay, that's a good point. Yeah, that's what I do when I'm on dates. It's just like fucking, I'm not used to doing like street makeouts and shit, but yeah, like that's exactly what I do when I'm on a date. Like I never just go for the makeout out of the blue. I get close, so yeah, that makes sense.
Out here in the middle of fucking parking.
But after that rejection, did you see what she did? Like she grabbed your neck and held a very sensual way. So that kind of shows, even though she rejected you, it doesn't look like she's turned off. It doesn't no, it's over. It actually looks like, if anything, it did the opposite.
Yeah, I think it's always better to try and get rejected than not try.
Yeah, as long as after that you don't just keep doing the same thing.
Right,
That's the mistake some guys make, is they get the rejection, then they just have to do it again.
Or they get weird about it.
Right, they get like butthurt, and that doesn't work. But as long as you're cool about it, a lot of times it actually builds sexual tension, as long as you can give her space after, and like not need to keep trying immediately.
Right.
That's the general difference.
I still like how you still do the hair thing. They're like, I am not making out with you, and then just pet the hair.
Okay, I think that people take that as like flirtatious, and it's not. It's just me trying to.
No, it's cute. It's like a little quirky mannerism.
I don't want to be quirky.
Why? It means you have like a personality.
I can have a personality, not be quirky. Everyone has a personality.
Some more than others.
That was such a dumb. But like that was such a dumb statement. Everyone has a personality.
That's such a chick thing to like argue against, like things that are like good positives. Like
They're more concerned about it.
I feel like you're very like
sarcastic.
Well, you like to throw shade on people.
Nah, never.
See, what I think I should have done in that situation, which said you just like to throw shade at people. What I should have done is kind of what we were talking about earlier. Is I should have pulled her hips in, and kind of not go for the makeup, but get closer and build a lot and be like, I would never throw shade at you.
Something like that. That would be a good moment.
Hindsight is always 20/20.
Because you are doing like the pushes are good, but you do want to make sure to throw in some pulls as well.
Right.
Because you did do the I like your eyes.
Right.
But since then, it's been a little bit more critical.
It's just me ragging on her.
Which is more fun. I mean, it's more fun. And this is the type of girl that will work on.
Right.
I would say she's more that archetype where she seems to have pretty low self-esteem, to be honest. But you do need to either be nice or lead.
That's like what my baby does.
I just like to fuck with people.
No.
Oh yeah. See, he can go crazy.
That's what mine does. Oh, I miss him so much.
I wonder why he didn't do that with you.
I didn't get on my knees and like hug him and then call him.
Never know.
But I don't really do that around dogs I don't know. It's like.
What did she just say?
I didn't get like on my knees.
I heard and fuck him.
I'm trying to hug him. I think she said hug him.
Okay.
What I should have said, actually, I didn't get on my knees to be like touch her shoulder and be like, yeah, we're saving that for later.
That would be a good line.
I always come up with the zingers afterwards.
You need to like get to know the dog first. Go on a few dates.
Yeah, I know I should have said.
It's too early for that. We're not ready for that kind of commitment.
Oh my god.
You can, have at it. There's like 20. There's like a feeding frenzy going on.
So it looks like the dog is a blessing and a curse because it gets you free attention because it's a beautiful dog.
Yes. But sometimes it overshadows.
But now you're just getting like mobbed. You're getting completely mobbed.
It is definitely like that. Yeah.
So it makes you look like the center of attention, but it's kind of like it's a distraction.
But the dog is the center of attention, not me. Yeah.
Sometimes going out with him could be like hectic as fuck.
Yeah, I can't really take my dog out with me. It's like too much for him.
But your dog is small. You can just like pick her up and carry her.
I do sometimes, but he gets very like, he wants to jump on everybody, so it gets a bit difficult.
I should have said, when she said he likes to jump on people, I should have been like his owner. Like, you know, like again, another good one.
They're all coming to you now.
What part of Miami are you staying in?
Miami Beach.
Oh, South Beach? Or?
Yeah. So that's why we're trying to figure out. We're like, okay, like,
it's not you cute.
we could go out in this area now, but I don't really think I can go out that many places. I'm wearing like a bathing suit.
No, you'd be surprised. In Miami, you can go pretty much anywhere in a bathing suit.
Well, yeah, but already like 50 people grabbed my ass today. Like, I don't know if I need more of that. Like,
oh, damn. 50-year-old.
By the way, if you wanted to be dark triad, what you could do, what like old school Julian would do here, she said that I don't know if I'll be able to get into the clubs because of the bikini. So you could use that to make the after party the only option. Because you said you actually can't. That's the honest answer, and that's the ethical thing to do. But the dark triad, just putting it out there.
That's right up my alley.
You're not going to get it anywhere.
Listen, you're not getting anywhere, okay? You're like a 5. You got a swimsuit on, okay? Your best chance is fucking me tonight. I'm not even sold on you yet. Like, my roommate's gonna have to have his way with you first, and then like I'll get his feedback.
Then I'll watch. Yeah,
yeah, it's a real treat. You know, it's definitely why I came.
There's a lot of sugar daddies in Miami.
Yeah, you almost can't avoid them.
Every time somebody touches your ass, you should be allowed to stab them. State law, bro.
I should take you with me everywhere.
I feel like that could get violent real fast.
I mean, I have a pretty sharp elbow, so you know. That wasn't even hard. The side of the neck.
I'm telling you, bro.
Yeah, sounds hot. I like that. You're getting a little crazy now. Talking about fucking elbows to the face
like
and shit.
just the beginning, honestly.
I know how you North Carolina girls get down.
Is he rolling too?
Is she what? Rhaegar.
Oh shit! It cuts out there.
What happened after that?
So after that, it was maybe another minute. That dude was trying like to kind of intersect. I just basically boxed him out with the body language, and
which is the best thing to do.
Yeah, that's what I always do. I just like treat them with mild distaste. Like I never even like acknowledge their existence. And so I was like, okay, cool, man.
Almost like it's a beggar.
Yeah, like it's like a homeless person. So then he leaves. Then there's another 30 seconds, and then I think I say, maybe I try to say like, oh, listen, like, are you down to grab a drink or something? And she's like, yeah, you have my number. You know, the ball's in your court. And then I give her a hug. She gives me like kind of like a weird hug, so I make fun of her. And then she gives me like an overly strong hug, and then I think I make fun of her about that a little bit. And then we hug it out, and then part ways.
Okay. So yeah, I would say overall this is a good approach. There's like the number one thing is not actually the little tactical things to make her more attractive, but just taking the lead. Just making sure that you lead it forward somewhere, because a lot of times I've had girls literally bring up the idea of having sex and then they get the number. They don't see what that means, right? They're not picking up on that. So there's a lot of cues that there's a good chance you can either pull her, and if you can't, you can at least pull her whole group and then make something happen there at like a bar or a club.
I think you're completely right. So you think I should have tried a lot harder to go for the pull, right?
Yeah, especially knowing that she's a tourist. Right? Because those numbers are just going to be flaky. And like, if your interaction is literally a 10 out of 10, it won't be flaky, right? It'll still be good, because if you can really just make her like feel turned on, she'll still not flake, but that's not something you can expect to happen every time. No one can expect that to happen every time.
In my defense, though, the only defense I have is that I did have that pending threesome, which the other chick wound up flaking, so that never even went down. So I had that in the back of my mind, so I was like, fuck, I got to get back. But yeah.
I mean, that's one of the better excuses. Most guys, I think it's like, oh, I've got a League of Legends tournament that I don't want to miss, so I guess I should go back home.
I got an appointment with an OnlyFans girl. Yeah, so, but yeah, you're 100% right. Like, I think that's the mistake I make quite often is I just like, I don't know, like, I don't like I'll make a little bit of an effort to pull, but then I'll just be like, oh, whatever, I'll get her number, I'll get her later. But then it just like doesn't work out. I mean, sometimes it does. I think like that's like signal in mine. I don't try hard enough to pull.
A lot of times the pull will take like 3 tries. It'll take a few tries. You have to do it different angles, different ways. It's not always like, it's cool when it's just like, let's get out of here, and they say yes. That does happen, but you should expect on average it'll take 2 or 3 tries before you actually get the pull.
Yeah, I think like if the chick is by herself, like my mind automatically goes to the pull. But if the chick is with like a bunch of girlfriends, my mind is like, oh, too much hassle, and I just go for the number. But yeah, like you're right. Like I could have like pulled the group to the bar. I didn't even think of that, and then isolated her and pulled her like to my place herself. Or at the very least, I could have tried harder to pull her by herself. Like I think it probably would be a little bit less than a 50% chance, but even a 20% chance is better than 0. Now, the one thing I will say is just like in terms of learning. I think it's like if you want to get good at something, find someone who's better at it than you, and like put your ego aside, just ask them for feedback. Like I do this with like pretty much every area. Like I'll do this with like marketing, right, or whatever. Like, yo, dude, like my videos are not doing that good. Like, what is that? Like, so I think it's a good way to like get better at something. Like literally, if you want to improve your cold approach skills, one of the best things you can do is videotape it and have someone who knows cold approach really well analyze it.
And to be fair, it's hard to get the video and the audio without knowing people, but it's not hard to get the audio, and that still reveals a lot of it, right? So you can literally use a phone and have the speaker up and just hold it out, and it'll pick up the audio, and then you can analyze the audio with someone. And the better they are, the better the analysis will be, but even if it's with someone who's not that good, you'll still get a lot of useful insights, even just watching it yourself and playing it back and thinking critically. Like one of the things people do is their egos are just too big that they can't think, what could I have done better? Instead they go to, oh, well, she didn't like me because I'm Indian, or because I'm short, or because I'm bald, or because whatever, right? They have all these internal excuses they go to, but try to think, what could I have done better? Focus on that, and then you'll get better over time. It is probably one of the fastest ways you can improve. The other one just being taking a lot of action, because most guys, they don't really do game. They do like 1 approach a week and think, oh no, it didn't work. Yeah, well, no shit, it didn't work. But if you are someone who's taking action, you're watching this and you are doing a lot of approaches, one of the best ways to make sure that you don't keep making the same mistakes again and again is to analyze your own footage. Like anyone who's good at anything, basketball players, they watch their own footage. Actors, they watch their own footage. Anyone who's a salesman, they watch their own footage. Anyone who's at an elite level does that, so why not model success? If you're serious about getting better, why not do that? Don't do it every day, because that'd be nerdy, like doing it every day and having to analyze every single approach. But it's something I would do once every week or every couple of weeks.
Right. Cool.
And by the way, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button, because if you don't, you won't be notified when I release a new video. And make sure to subscribe to Playing with Fire's channel as well.